The world inverted. Gravity claimed us both. My hand shot to my belt even as we plummeted, fingers finding the grappling gun Dick had insisted I carry. "You'll need it eventually," he'd said during training. "Gotham has a lot of high places." I fired upward. The magnetic hook caught a support beam with a metallic thunk. The line went taut, jerking me hard enough to steal my breath. I swung wide, my shoulders screaming in protest as momentum carried me toward the facility wall. Jack Napier wasn't as fortunate. He hit the vat below with a splash that echoed through the cavernous space. The chemical pool glowed an unnatural greenish-white under the emergency lights, its surface churning where he'd broken through. Caustic fumes rose in lazy spirals, burning my throat even from 20 feet away. I managed to catch a lower catwalk with my free hand, hauling myself up onto the grated metal. Every muscle in my body protested. Below, the chemical soup bubbled and frothed. "Renee," Bruce's voice crackled with urgency. "Status report." "Alive," I gasped, unhooking the grappling line. "Napier went into one of the vats. I don't see him surfacing." "Those chemicals are highly corrosive. If he's been submerged for more than 30 seconds... Bruce didn't finish. He didn't need to. I stared at the churning pool, waiting for a hand to break the surface, for Jack to emerge gasping and burned. Nothing. Just those terrible fumes and that sickly glow. "I have to check on Eckhart," I said, forcing myself to move. "He's been shot." I climbed back up, muscles trembling from adrenaline crash. The lieutenant lay where I'd left him, one hand pressed weakly to his chest wound. His breathing came in shallow gasps. "Napier," he wheezed when I knelt beside him. "Where?" "In the chemicals, he's gone." I checked his pulse, thready but present. "Don't talk, help is coming." "Deserved. This." Blood flecked his lips. "I was dirty, took Shrek's money, Napier's too." "Save your strength for your confession to Gordon." I pressed harder on his wound, trying to stem the bleeding. The dream angels whispered inside me, offering to heal, to reach into reality and unmake the bullet hole. I ignored them. Bruce was right about costs I didn't understand. Footsteps rang on metal stairs. Flashlight beams cut through the darkness. "GCPD. Whoever's in here, show yourself." Commissioner Gordon's voice. I looked down at Eckhart, at the blood on my gloves, then toward the exit Bruce had mentioned earlier. Staying meant questions I couldn't answer. Explanations that would expose everything. "I'm sorry," I whispered to the dying man, then ran. Behind me, Gordon's people found Eckhart. Their shouts followed me through the chemical plant's bowels as I navigated by memory and Bruce's guidance. I emerged 3 blocks away, chest heaving, costume splattered with Eckhart's blood and chemical residue. "Get out of sight," Bruce ordered. "Change clothes. There's a cache 2 buildings north, the old foundry, red door, 3rd floor." 20 minutes later, I walked toward the plaza in jeans and my burgundy sweater, just another bystander drawn by the commotion. Police had cordoned off Axis Chemical. Ambulances clustered near the entrance, lights painting the night in urgent reds and blues. I spotted Selina Kyle at the edge of the crowd, her charcoal coat wrapped tight against the December wind. Even in crisis, she looked composed, beautiful. My heart did that stupid flutter thing it had been doing since we met. "Renee," she turned as I approached, relief flooding her features. "Thank God. I was hoping you'd gotten clear of the Plaza attack." "I was covering the story," I said, the lie smooth from practice. "You." Shrek insisted I file police reports, as if that's what assistants do. Her jaw tightened. "Though after someone tried to kill him tonight, maybe paperwork is the least of his concerns." An ambulance pulled away, siren wailing. Through its windows, I glimpsed Eckhart's pale face, still alive, for now. "This city is getting worse," Selina said quietly. "Every day, more violence, more fear. Sometimes I think about leaving, starting over somewhere safe." Something in her voice made me look closer. Her blue eyes held exhaustion deeper than one traumatic evening could explain, the weight of invisible burdens. "But you don't leave," I said. "No, I don't." She studied me with an intensity that made my skin warm despite the cold. "Why don't you? You're young, talented. You could work anywhere." Because I made a promise. Because this city needs protectors. Because leaving would mean abandoning everything Bruce built. "Someone has to tell the truth," I said instead. "Document what's happening. Hold powerful people accountable." Like Shrek. Especially like Shrek. Selena's lips curved in a smile that was part admiration, part something else. Something hungry. "That coffee we shared, I haven't stopped thinking about it." My breath caught. Me neither. "Tomorrow night, dinner not coffee, somewhere away from all." She gestured at the chaos around us. This. Every rational part of my brain screamed warnings. Selena worked for the man I was investigating. Getting involved complicated everything. Bruce would disapprove. Dick would call it a distraction. But Selena was looking at me like I was something precious and rare, like she saw past the reporter facade to the woman underneath. When was the last time someone had looked at me that way? "Yes," I heard myself say. "Tomorrow, absolutely." Her smile widened, dimples appearing in her cheeks. She squeezed my hand, brief electric contact, then headed toward a waiting taxi. I watched her go, my heart racing faster than it had during the entire fight with Napier. "Bruce," I said softly, "don't start." His sigh filled my ear. I wasn't going to say anything. "Liar." "Fine, just be careful, Renee, in all things." I looked back toward Axis Chemical, thinking about Jack Napier disappearing beneath those poisonous chemicals. About Eckhart's confession. About the Red Triangle Gang and Shrek's schemes and all the darkness gathering in Gotham's corners. "Careful," I murmured. "Right, I'll add that to the list."